Welcome to Pub Talk, the unofficial official craft beer podcast of Oklahoma, where we're all about the 3 Bs, beer, buddies, and bullshit. I'm Jeremy, and with me as always is a guy whose task it is to get back to in-person shows at last, Michael.
Hello, hello.
This week we're coming to you from historic Film Row in Oklahoma City, and are thrilled to be back at Core4 Brewing ahead of their 1-year anniversary. We'll talk to the folks from Core4 about this wild year that happened to be their first year open to the public, as well as what lies ahead for the brewery. If you like what you hear today, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode, and give us a follow on social media at Pub Talk Podcast. All right, let's get started. First off, thank you guys for having us back.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming down, all the way down the turnpike.
Yeah, and congrats.
Thank
on
you.
a year. I think we should probably let you guys introduce yourselves for anybody that hasn't heard the first episode we did together, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I'm Jill Buchanan.
I'm Buck.
I'm Marty Simon.
I'm Amy.
All right.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers. I think I got everybody.
Yeah. Like I said, man, welcome back. Glad you guys are here.
Glad to be here.
A lot of things have happened in this past year. It's been
No way.
insane.
Just a little bit.
Thought about asking a holy shit moment again, but probably.
It's that moment where like you have this immaculate grand opening and it's just elbows and assholes in here and you're super excited that we finally got here, and then the world ends and you shut down and you can't be open anymore, and then you're like, what do you do? And we're so small, we're not canning, so we don't have anything like out in liquor stores. And
Whatever business plan you had, it's out the window. Like literally out the window. We're selling growlers out the window.
we did. We had our tall table set up at that window, opened that up, had all our merch and everything at the window, and we were selling growlers to anybody that would walk by. And like, we were so lucky that this industry is so great and the people in the craft beer are so great that they took a chance on a brewery that they've never heard of and bought a growler through a window of a beer they've never had. And it was absolutely awesome. And it kept us afloat through those couple months. So it was really nice.
That was one of my favorite pictures of Tom Chalice.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that one.
That was definitely one of the lows of the year, was losing Tom Chalice. As if a pandemic wasn't bad enough.
I know. Yeah.
Right? What a great dude. But yeah, I mean, it was just super cool. And the fact, like, we made a lot of good friends through that window. Like, just people walking by and buying beer, and we just talked to them and BS. And then we got to the point where we put a picnic table out there so they could sit out on the picnic table if they wanted and just hang out outside, you know. There was one time that we had a band come up and set up and play and just like busk outside. So people would walk by, it would draw attention to our window, like come down there and like hang out. And, but we made a lot of good friends through that window. And so it was so cool. Like when we got to open back up and have people come in, they had never been in our tap room. And so they walk in and like, oh my God, we're in your tap room. Like we're not just talking through a window. So it was that was a neat experience that, you know, do that. And they still come back and are still regulars. And, so that was real neat that happened, you know, through the bad time. There was a lot of good, you know.
Yeah. You guys had to shut down almost instantly. How long was it before you could open back up like that?
2 months.
At least 2 months.
So yeah, we were down. So yeah, we were open for 3 days and closed for 2 months.
That's so crazy. This is when you say it out loud. It's like,
That's like when people ask, you know, how long we've been here, and we tell them, they're like, oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Like, when did you guys open? Last March? Oh, cool. Oh. Yeah, it's, you know, St. Patrick's Day is when the world ended, you know, so it's 2.0. So it's like we all have, you know, March PTSD now. Yeah, so we're looking forward to the anniversary party. We're actually going to block off our backyard, or the back parking lot back here, and we're going to do everything outside. And so we're going to have a bunch of vendors. We're going to have some live music. Our good friend at Beer is Okay is coming down and setting up. Commando Kilts set up and do sell kilts to people. We got the Oklahoma Fire Pipes and Drums are going to come do a Scottish bagpipe and drum show. Selling beer. So I think it's pretty cool that we got that parking lot that we can block off. We can do everything outside. So people feel a little safer coming out and enjoying themselves. As long as the weather holds out, I think it's going to be a great day.
Yeah. Did we say the date already?
March 13th. Yeah, so Saturday, March 13th is when that's happening. So that's, yeah, we opened on Friday the 13th. It was our fault, right?
We did, didn't we?
Yeah. It wasn't no crazy bat. It was Core4 opening on Friday the 13th.
Well, I guess sticking with the interesting circumstances of being open, we just had a couple, 2-3 weeks of crazy winter weather. How was that for you guys?
It was all right.
Interesting. When we ended up closing twice, I think.
We did like a couple hour day.
Yeah.
And then we were closed that one Sunday, but we really didn't see a big drop in our sales because the days that we were open, people were excited to get out and be here.
People
so
were ready
it really
to be
didn't
out.
impact us. We had no water, plumbing issues or electrical issues. So
awesome.
That really helps.
Thank goodness.
Luckily, there's a lot of apartment complexes around here, so it gave them a place to get out and walk to, so no one had to drive. So I think that kind of helped a little bit as well. I think we only closed like maybe 2 days out of all that. So interesting, just driving here.
Yeah, I imagine so.
So you guys have done a lot. You guys do a lot of events, monthly events. Probably on this for a while. I guess we can start with Pintson Pride. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So Pintson Pride was kind of idea I had for a while. What it is it's our LGBTQ plus night, and so it's just an idea I had for a while to help that community. So when I had this idea, I actually brought in a group of friends that are in the community, and I set them down at a table like this, and I told them, this night is for you guys. Like, don't let me as like a straight white man screw this up. Let's do this properly, right? And so I took all their ideas, I wrote everything down, they named it, so I had a little group of people to get together to make sure we did this properly. So we do it the second Friday of every month. We have local musicians, local artists, comedians, all come in that are all in the LGBTQ community. And then every month we do a different nonprofit organization. And so we raise money for that, whatever that nonprofit is. Like February and March is the Wynn's House, which helps the homeless population with HIV and AIDS. And so helps them find housing, and when sometimes or we've also done free mom hugs that help young children who have come out as LGBTQ and their parents didn't appreciate them and kicked them out of their house, so they take them in and feed them and give them a place to live and help them find jobs. So it's a lot of nonprofit organizations like that. So we do a fundraiser for them that night. A percentage of the beer sales goes to that organization. Usually the artist donates whatever painting they do, and then we auction that off in a silent auction, and then all that money goes back to the nonprofit of the night. And it's turned into one of our really bigger events. It's the second Friday of every month, and it's been growing, and the word is getting out there, and it's a really fun event nonetheless. So pretty cool. We're enjoying that.
Well, then sticking with events and Fridays, let's talk about the final Friday art hop.
So that is, we dedicate that night to local artists. And so basically we bring in a local artist, we set up an art show just dedicated to them. It's 100% their night. So I give them the common space out here, and I just tell them whatever you want, you do. And so I've had artists bring DJs in, and we've done DJ, Club Core4 out here. And then they do a live painting for everybody to watch, and then they sell all their paintings, and it's just 100% an art show every Friday dedicated to a single local artist. Everything goes right to that artist. The whole night is dedicated to that artist. We get a food truck come in. If we can do a beer release, if we have something in the works, we'll beer release that night to help bring in people. Just whatever we can do to kind of, especially through this whole pandemic, not only are small businesses hurting, but, musicians are hurting and artists are hurting, and like they're not out there, they can't get out there and do this thing, and nobody's going out, so they don't see their art anyway. So it was just kind of something that we came up with to like help give back to the art community, you know, because like they're struggling too, and it was just a way to give a space for them to come out and do something safely. We also do a lot of local art on our wall. Like if you go down our hallway, like into the bathroom, we've pretty much turned that into an art museum almost. Like, so our goal was to rotate that quarterly with different. We got 3 artists in our hallway now. COVID's kind of made it. Oh, we have 4 in there now. Oh, we do have 4 in there now. That's right. It's kind of made it biannual just because, like, you know, we're lazy. But no, it's been really cool. We've sold a lot of paintings just off our wall in there. So everything is commission free. We don't take anything of it. We kind of feel it's a win-win for both of us. We can showcase their artwork. We can help them sell that artwork, and they make our hallway look really pretty. So it's kind of a win-win the way I look at it. I mean, we've done probably over $1,200 in paint sale or art sales just in our. Is it 1,800 now?
Nice.
It's up there.
Yeah.
More than we would have thought.
Yeah.
Just off the walls.
Yeah, just off our walls. And
That's not even the art hop night.
Right. Yeah, and like I said, we do it 100% commission free. Like we don't want anything off of it. That's just to help us give back, you know, to the art community. Marty and I have been local musicians for a really long time, and we've played those gigs, you know, where, what do you call it?
For exposure.
Exposure, right? Like we've paid a lot of electric bills with exposure bucks. And so, you know, so we know how that is. So we don't want anything like, we're not trying to do that, you know, like everything goes right back to the artist. So it's been real cool, man. I've learned a lot. I knew nothing about art when this started, and I've learned tons about it. And so that's been really cool too. So
It's fun just to see all the different artists. Like every artist in the hallway is completely different. So that's kind of neat to just see the diversity of the artists.
And we're trying to turn the Final Friday Art Hop, now that it's getting warmer, I'd like to turn it into an outdoor event. And like, you know, Final Friday on Film Row, where we do something, again, we have the large parking lot. We did 2 last year. We did 1 in September, 1 in October, where we had vendors come in. We had some kind of entertainment come in. We always, when we go outside, we do like our Core4 tent where we sell beer, and then we put a tent right next to us. That's our artist tent. And so we'll have a local artist right next to the beer. So when people come to buy beer, they also see the art. So we can still incorporate the artists with the night because that's where it started, but we can also grow it. And now that the weather's starting to get nice, we're going to start doing that again, where we move Final Friday back outside once a month. So it kind of gives the district in the neighborhood a place to come and do something on a Friday night. We can just walk down here, hang out. We'll have multiple vendors. Buy the beer, food trucks, the whole nine. So
it's all ages.
yeah. So I'm hoping that grows again now that the weather's starting to get nice and summer comes.
Yep. Right on. What about your movie night? I think I saw something going on tonight, and then I think I saw a beer release coming up with VHS and Chill.
So we're not. I don't think we have a beer release coming up with them. Funny story about that is the ET thing.
Yeah, that's next year.
That's next year.
Okay.
So
It's not planned for 2 years.
yeah, we planned this 2 years ago, and Sean from VHS and Chill created that event like forever ago, so we would never forget that we owe him this night, right? But it's like the 40th anniversary of ET or something, and so yeah, he wants to do.
That'll be 2022.
Yeah. So he told us we had to create a beer ET themed, and then we're going to do a movie night with ET. But yeah, tonight we're doing a movie night tonight actually, and I did one back in December. We did a local movie was shot here. It was a Christmas movie, and there's a dance studio right across from us, and they do a great big huge performance of the Hip Hop Nutcracker, and they do it at what's this?
The Civic Center.
The Civic Center every year, but you know, COVID obviously killed that. So they got with the Dead Center Film Festival, and they put it to a movie, and so we got access to that movie, and we showed it here. It was filmed a lot right all around here, in here, all over Oklahoma City is where this movie was filmed. So it was really cool to show that back in December. It was Christmas themed. And then I really liked how that went, and I've been wanting to bring back a movie night. And so I got with Sean at VHS and Chill, who does nothing but VHS style. Everything is on VHS, which is super fun. You get all the old 80s credits, or like the previews.
The commercials.
Yeah, you get the
previews,
previews, and so it's super
that's
fun.
great.
Tonight we're going to show Darby O'Gill and the Little People, which is a 1959 Walt Disney.
Love it.
It's like about a leprechaun. It's a Walt Disney movie. It's got Sean Connery in it. It's pretty cool. So we're going to show that tonight. And then I'm going to try to start doing that once a month. Do a VHS and chill night of them, something different every month. Just a new event that we can set up the screen out here and hang out and when the weather's nice in the patio and watch a movie and eat popcorn and drink beer.
Well, speaking of beer, you guys sell beer here.
Yeah, not only do we like to party.
So what? Obviously, the taps have changed in the last year. What's currently on? Any specialties you want to throw out there? Anything people should come in and check out?
Something new we got coming out for the anniversary party is our Irish Dry Stout. I'm excited about this one. We've done this on a small batch, never on a big batch, so we'll see.
Okay.
It's my favorite beer we do. Like every time we had it at our grand opening, and then we did a halfway to St. Patrick's Day party in September, and we did a small batch of it then. And it's just, I look forward to this beer all the time. Like,
Lots of people are looking forward to it.
I'm like, really looking forward to this one.
Of all the beers that we're doing, what I'm most looking forward to is a lager. I've got a Mexican lager in the lineup that's coming up. I've never done a lager before. I've never had the equipment to be able to do that. I'm really excited about this beer.
Nice.
Summertime's coming, fellas.
Yeah.
What's the blonde?
The passion fruit.
We got a passion fruit blonde that'll be out next week or 2 weeks, about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
No.
So looking forward to that one.
We have the Betty Whit on right now.
Yeah, the Betty Whit beer. It's a white chocolate wit beer. So lots of vanilla and cocoa nibs. It's a different take on a wit beer. It's real sweet. That vanilla really makes that smooth and sweet. It's a good beer too. What else we got out there? The Death Before Breakfast is on right now, which is our Imperial coffee stout. It's like a breakfast stout, oats and chocolate and coffee.
I'm still tired from that brew day. I'm so involved.
We have a new IPA, Marty, you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, the West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
Check valve.
It's a basic West Coast IPA. That's not really where the story is. The story is we all know that I'm still learning here, and year one. Mm-hmm. Well, this beer doused me. I was covered in 35-degree IPA one day, and it was
Right
cold.
here,
It was
where
a
we're
cold
sitting.
day.
I'll text message you the video and you can clip to it on the YouTube. Yeah, so that's how it got its name. Recently, we started our version of a club, I guess, and we call it the Core Club. It's kind of like we took our top 50 spenders, or people who spend the most money here, like most of our regulars, and we kind of supporters. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So our supporters, and we started our own club style thing. It's not one that you have to pay into. I didn't feel like I needed to have you pay then buy, So, and we're not really doing any like big crazy barrel age wild one-off releases like you do from either. But that's how the check valve got its name, is like we put it out there on our Core Club page, name this beer, here's what it's about, and we got all these names. And then Marty posted that video one day, and somebody's like, you need to check that valve. And then it was like, check valve. And then it just became, then that was it from there on out. So that's how it got its name on there. So it was pretty funny.
Nice. That's awesome. Do y'all have a favorite beer that y'all have made over the past year?
I think this speaks for myself as well as many customers, is our strawberry blonde. So when we do it, we just do a barrel of it, so it only lasts a couple weeks and it's gone. And but people love it, men and women. I mean, it's a favorite.
Lots are still asking about when it'll come back too. One of my favorites was the raspberry milk stout we did. We did a chocolate milk stout and raspberry in one barrel, and it's my favorite. It's delicious.
I'm gonna go back to that Irish dry. Yeah, like I'm like shaking and ready for this beer to come out next week. Like I'm so excited about this one. We've done quite a few, that I really love, and people ask me this all the time. Like, what's your favorite one? Well, it depends on the day. Like, what am I in the mood for? Like right now, I'm Chuck Valve. Like I can't get enough of it. I drink Chuck Valve all the time. But then tomorrow it might be the brown. Like I might just be drinking the brown or the ESB. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that Irish dry. This
time of year, I like the porter. It's what I'm drinking most of the time. I like it. It's the baby stout. It's what I like to do.
And Zero Turn, that's the brewer beer.
that's water.
I had to move that tap out to the front so he can it'd be easy to get to.
Too much was going missing back here.
We keep tabs on him. That's right. That's funny.
You guys do quite a bit with the Pink Boots Society, and you guys did the collaborative beer about a year ago. That's what she brewed. Can we talk about that a little bit? Any plans to do another beer for them, or?
I mean, we wanted to, but Pink Boots kind of went down as well whenever COVID hit. Everything was virtual. Nobody was doing anything. They do have a 2021 blend, but I don't think we bought it, have we, right? We plan to maybe buy it throughout the year, but we don't have anything specifically coming out for the Women's Day this year. But, I mean, we still plan to buy and support.
Let me talk about the last year that we did this, though. It was one of the funnest brew days I've ever had. We had, what was it, like 12, 13
I want to say
here?
15.
It was packed.
Yeah.
That was an intense brew day. But we had several female brewers in here that I'm still incorporating techniques that they showed me that day. I learned so much that day. I had such a fun time that day, and I can't wait to do that again.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It was a good beer, too.
Yeah. It was a really good beer. We ended up making it twice, actually. And the second time, we just brewed it here by ourselves, not with the women. But, I mean, so many people were wanting it, so we went ahead and did it again. And I think it was even better the second time.
That was a good one.
We talked a little bit before we started recording about your microbrewery sessions, the video series you did on YouTube. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was another vision I had a long time ago. Like I said, we're big local music guys. We played in local music bands forever, and I just really wanted to incorporate that with Core4, with us, to bring that music vibe in here. And so it's kind of what we did was we just created a 30-minute interview music session, and we bring a musician back here in the brew house, and we set them up, and we film it, and we record it, and we'll do 3 songs, and then we'll go up to the tap room. We'll do a little interview session, and again, it's kind of it's a love and a passion of mine to get to hang out with and listen to music and talk music with these guys, and but it's also it helps them. It gives them a promotional tool. I give them the video, and then they can put that out as a promotional tool to utilize to help them, get gigs or whatever. Or if they got a new album coming out, we'll bring them in, do something, and then I like to try to do a release with it. I'll have them come in and play a Friday night, and then we'll release that. We'll watch it, and then they'll play live when it's all done. And it's really cool. So go on the Core4 YouTube page and watch it. We've done 3 so far, and they turn out really awesome. I'm really proud of those. I'm trying to work on how we can make that bigger and how we can get that out to more people and do something really cool with that, because I think it's really neat, and it's not something you see. I don't know anybody else that's really doing it, or at least brewery wise. Yeah. And yeah, it's just, I have such a passion for music and local music. It just is really neat. It helps us promote our brand here, and then it helps the musician promote themselves, and it's a video that they can send out to let other venues watch, and shows how good they are and what they can do, and that a place had enough faith in them to put some money into some video work and sound. And no, it's really cool. Go to the Core4 Brewing YouTube page and watch it, share it, put it out there. Give me some ideas on some new stuff, because we want to do another one. I don't know. We've done. We had a female vocalist. We've had some singer-songwriters. I'd like to get some hip-hop in there, different styles of music, and kind of do a little bit of everything. And maybe not so much singer-songwriter, but a little bit of everything, you know. My only requirement's the original. They have, you know, I wanted 3 original songs, and that's really the only thing I require. So, and be good. No, I'm just kidding.
It's definitely a cool watch. 'Cause it's pretty unique. I mean, there's one brewery that plays music at the Canadian River, did some type of sessions, but there's no interview part. So that was a cool, I think, combination that you guys did.
Nice.
Or doing.
Yeah.
We can outplay those guys, right?
The Canadian River guys.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
coming. Stay tuned.
Yeah. We got you, Canadian River. Nah, we're actually we're getting ready to do a collab brew with those guys.
Nice.
So we've been talking to them and getting all that put together, and Marty's been talking to them, planning everything out. So I don't know exactly when it's coming, but we're making plans to do that now. So
It's 2 head brewers working together. Who knows?
It's all talk right now.
yeah, it's some good people down there. I like them a lot.
It's always nice to see the collaborations. They don't seem to happen too much in Oklahoma. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's good to see between 2 Oklahoma breweries.
Yeah.
So you guys also participated in the Black is Beautiful beer release. Can we talk a little bit about that and maybe the reception?
We got a great reception.
It was a good beer. Delicious.
On a brewing standpoint, that was something. There were things involved with that beer that I'd never done before. I got to learn a little bit about some new ingredients. That was exciting. I don't know. I think I'd like to do something like that again. That was a fun beer to produce. It's neat with everyone producing the same style of beer, very similar styles, and then going around and trying each variation. That was a good time. I'd like to see more of that, really.
Yeah.
We did a barrel of that, is what we did? We did 1 barrel of that one, and all the proceeds went to the Urban League of Oklahoma City, Greater Oklahoma City, which really helps kids that come from, you know, a lower income society. It helps them, that gives them suits and nice clothes and teaches them how to job interview and get out into the public and get a good job, you know. And it was just when we were researching all the nonprofits that we could donate that fund to, man, that one just really what drove to us. I thought, you know, that's really helping these young kids and these people of color learn something and learn, you know, how to interview, you know, and if you can't afford a nice suit to go interview in, they provided that for you. And I just really liked what they were doing. I don't remember how much that raised. You remember, I think we got $1,000 we raised on that we donated to them off of that. So that was really exciting.
Yeah. I think I had around 20 versions of that beer. You guys was one of the better ones.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. You know, to kind of stay on that subject, I think that's one thing we've kind of prided ourselves on this past year is the nonprofit organizations that we've worked with and helped raise money for. We've done a lot, not only, you know, with the Pintson Pride, but we'll do something like that. That nonprofit will be our whole month. We do a fundraising night, but we do stuff for them the entire month. I want to say we've raised over $4,000 in cash and multiple carloads of donations over this past year.
We did a coat drive and a blanket drive over November and December, and we had,
It was amazing.
I think Amy took 3 or 4 carloads down.
I got it in 1 carload, but it was ridiculous. There was no passengers or anything else getting in. I had to take everything out of the trunk. It was a lot.
And then when that freeze hit, we did a makeshift homeless drive, one day. And I put a post out hey, we're doing homeless donations this morning. Anything you can get to us by 2 o'clock, we're going to take them down to Tent City and hand out all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And we had a pile by 2 o'clock that the community had brought in.
And it was sleeping bags and hand warmers and blankets and
socks
hats and it was great.
No, it was amazing. And I'm really proud of that, of that fact that we've done that through a pandemic.
Right, yeah.
You know, that not only are we struggling, we opened in 2020, so there's no PPP for us. There's no assistance for us. There's nothing out there because we were a new business. And so we're struggling as a business, but yet we had the ability to utilize our position to help others.
And all of it's because of the support of other people. They're supporting us, they're supporting our causes and our missions and getting on board, and it's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, just really proud of that fact. You know.
So it's really cool to see that. We've talked a little bit, but do you have any plans that you can share with us for year 2? Anything that you're hoping to accomplish this year that maybe you couldn't during?
You got any ideas? I mean,
I feel like we've already accomplished a lot. We're only a couple months in. So Marty is officially a full-time employee as of yesterday. So he no longer has further employment. This is it.
1 day job down, 3 to go.
And we will be opening 7 days a week starting in April.
Nice.
So we wanted to do that much sooner, but obviously didn't really quite have the demand or the resources to do it. So we've been a 5-day a week operation this whole time. So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
And just bringing on more beers, new beers, trying new things, getting bigger and better.
Yeah, I mean, you want something to say? Sorry, did I interrupt you? We're a 3.5 barrel system, right? We're small. Like our tap room is less than 1,000 square feet. Our whole brew house is, 2,000 square feet. Like we're not very big, right? And through this past 12 months and through this pandemic, like we're already feeling growing pains, which is amazing, right? Like to be as down as everyone is and being at half capacity and closed for 2 months, and you're already starting to feel that push-pull of the growth, which is an amazing feeling. So, so that, that's what we look forward to this year is, some sort of normalcy would be awesome, And like,
year 3.
right? Where like, we can bring back all the tables to the tap room and not just be at 50% capacity. We can bring back the bar stool so you can hang out at the bar again.
We don't even remember what it's like to have people staring at us, closer than we are now because we don't have bar stools in a year.
And so that would be awesome to really get to fill that, for 2021. I'm hoping we get there this year. I'm already starting to see it a little bit, like I was telling you the last couple of weeks, like I've seen a lot of new faces that I haven't seen before, which is a positive sign. We're getting new people in here. So, our name is getting out, and also people are getting vaccinated, and they're a little less worried, and the weather's nice, and so they're getting outside, and so they're coming out, So I'm seeing positivity down the road, and that's my main focus. Obviously, I'm an events guy. I mean, we do an event almost every weekend, and we have through this whole thing have tried to put something together like every weekend. If it's not local music or local art or something. So obviously, I want to see that grow. I want to continue to come with these off the wall events that I come up with sometimes, or I just want to see it. See all that grow. Not only us, but everywhere. Like everybody needs to grow right now.
For sure. Anything else?
I know you had notes, bud.
I meant from you.
We've hit them all.
Went through the list.
Yeah, we've hit them all. I mean, everything I had.
well, you know what time it is then.
It's this or that time.
Oh shit!
All right, it's this or that time. You guys ready?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, here we go. Irish dry or Irish red?
Irish dry.
Irish dry. Yeah.
Corned beef or pastrami?
Strong. Damn
it. Shamrocks or shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
Shamrocks.
There we go.
Sometimes they come hand in hand, right?
That's true.
Jameson or Bushmills?
Jameson.
You guys aren't liquor drinkers.
Yeah.
Me
No,
neither.
too much of that in my 20s.
I know I used to drink some Jameson,
Yeah.
so I'll go with that.
All right. Last question. There is a wrong answer. Floggy Molly or U2?
Flopping all.
You too?
Winner! U2 is terrible. Terrible.
Proponents everywhere.
I'm glad you didn't say Dropkick Murphys. We were, like, there would have been a fist fight.
Yeah, there would have been.
Well, I had to keep it Irish. Like, Flogging Molly, you know, the singers from Ireland. Dropkick Murphys, they're just all Boston Irish.
Hey, come on, man. It's still the same.
I do love me some Dropkick Murphy, and I wasn't going to battle Flogging Molly or Dropkick Murphy. But you two, gross,
I was
man.
kidding. But
Gross.
well, thanks again for having us, and I guess we should throw out you guys' social media and that kind of stuff real quick before we get out of here.
Core4 Brewing. Core, the number 4 Brewing on everything. The Twitters, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the TikToks.
You're on TikTok? How's that going?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
I mean, it's on there. Like, I got a couple of videos on there.
Just still learning about them.
Yeah, I put a few videos on there. They're funny. Like the cranberry, we did the cranberry thing. Like a buddy of ours rides a skateboard, so we had him did a cranberry beer. What was the cranberry one we did?
Do you remember the name?
The 19th Amendment?
That's what it was.
Yeah,
It was the 19th Amendment it was the 100th anniversary of women's voting rights. So we did a cranberry beer. And so I had him drink it and skateboard like down through the common space and then around, and we played the Fleetwood Mac song, you know, when all that was going on. So that was pretty funny. Like, I don't know, there's some dumb shit like that on there. I mean, there's
That's what TikTok is, isn't it?
I mean, what's her name in Tulsa? My mind just went blank. Nobody beats their social media. So,
Not Welltown.
Welltown.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Was
Welltown,
Welltown. They
sorry.
have the best social media.
Welltown's got the best social media out there. Like even their TikToks are freaking hilarious. Like, I don't know how that guy edits all that shit to do what he does, but good job on him, man. They crack me up. I'm steal all their ideas. I'm just gonna start copying all theirs.
I guess we got to get on TikTok.
We have one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Just don't put anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just have a quick shout out based off of the previous podcast we did with you guys. I want to give a shout out to Benny Jacobs for helping us find this facility and continuing to be encouraging to us.
Right on.
Thanks,
Yes.
Benny.
One of our best supporters.
Right on.
Yeah. Fuck Benny. I'm just kidding. I love Benny.
Benny
He's
knows we
a
love
great
him.
dude. You can edit that out.
Or can I? Why you wait until after I press stop?
Right? I was at a place the other day talking to them about getting a tap panel there at an account. And they were like, well, blah, 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 we got this, blah, blah, blah. We have to take one off that you want. I said, we'll take off that Angry Scotsman one then. And they're like, why would I do that? I was like, yeah, Benny don't care. Take it off. They're like, you don't think Benny would care? I said, no, let's FaceTime him right now. Like, FaceTime him. And I'll tell him that I'm taking his tap handle. They're like, we're not going to do that. So he came in and I was telling him, I was like, I almost FaceTimed you the other day because he's going to take your tap handle. You don't take mine. It was funny. But no, I wouldn't do that anyway, but it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, FaceTime Benny. Let's talk to him.
All right. Well, thank you again.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Let's wrap this bitch up.
You've just listened to another round of Pub Talk. Thanks again to the great folks at Core4 Brewing for having us out today. If you're in the Oklahoma City area, make sure to stop by and celebrate their anniversary with them on the 13th. If you like what you heard today, show us some love all over social media at Pub Talk Podcast. And to continue getting alerts every time we drop an episode, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button before you go. You can also find out all you've ever wanted to know about the show and more by heading over to our website, pubtalkpodcast.com. And remember, folks, there's never anything too big or hard in life that you can't handle it over a few beers with your good friends. So until next time, just chill to the next episode. Later.